Okay, so let's run down the playoff picture real quick, shall we? Who did we
Yep,
do first last week? Did we do the AFC first last week? I don't remember.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So the Cardinals are in the first position at number one, which, is typically the first position unless it's not. And then it's number two. Number two position is the Packers at the top of the NFC North. The Buccaneers are 8-3 in the third position. The Cowboys are at 7-4 in the fourth position, which they would be in danger of losing that to the Eagles had they not lost to the Giants on Sunday. So the Cowboys breathing a little easier again today. The fifth spot is the Rams at 7-4. The sixth spot is the 49ers at 6-5. The 49ers creeping up there right behind the Rams. We thought the Rams were going to kind of lock this fifth spot up, but the 49ers are right behind them, one game in the same division. The Vikings are seventh at 5-6. And moving down from there, Atlanta's 5-6, New Orleans 5-6, Philadelphia's 5-7, Carolina's 5-7. So we basically have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for King of the Dipshits for the last spot of the playoffs in the NFC as we come down the stretch. Anything you guys want to add here?
Not a whole lot. Like I said, San Francisco's been quietly. What I say, they won 4 out of the last 5, 3 out of the last 4, something like that. So no surprise that they're still up there in contention. I definitely think, I forget what we said last week, but I think Philadelphia still has a chance to be in there. New Orleans, I'm not so sure about New Orleans right now until they can get this quarterback situation all sealed up. But yeah, it's looking like these may be our top 7 teams here, unless Philadelphia could sneak in there, maybe replace Minnesota. But yeah, the NFC looks pretty locked in at this point.
That's how I feel. I think all 7 spots, the way they currently are, I think they're locked in. I think that's how they finished the year, all 7 of them.
Okay, that's interesting. Philadelphia gets a win and they move up, and Minnesota drops to Detroit. We got a real problem with that Minnesota spot. But anyway, we'll see how that all works out. AFC, we're looking at the Ravens have the number 1 spot at 8-3. The Patriots at number 2 at 8-4. The Titans at 8-4. The Chiefs at 7-4. In the 4th spot, the Patriots could make this run for this number 1 spot, especially if they pick up a big win against the Bills this week. We'll see how that plays out. But I think Baltimore is, probably going to pick up their win against Pittsburgh. So number 5 spot is the Bengals at 7-4. Also right behind the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens get a misstep, and Cincinnati keeps balling out. They may win this division, so there may be a flip flop there. The Bills are 6 at 7-4, which could be dangerous because if they lose Monday night, the Patriots will go 2 up in the AFC East, and they're slipping. The Bills are slowly sliding down this ladder. The Chargers are 6-5 in the 7th spot, and then from which they play Cincinnati, so they're probably going to slip. So Vegas, the Raiders have the Washington football team. We talked about that game. I mean, the Raiders, they got to win to stay alive, and this is a good opportunity to do it this week. Denver at KC, they're battling for their life. Indianapolis is going to get a win, so that they'll move up to 7-6. Hopefully, God, I hope I don't eat those words. So Indianapolis could easily slide up into the 7th. What's sad about it now is Indianapolis is sitting 10th, right? Mm-hmm. They win yesterday. They're right up here in 5th spot. Complete control of their destiny, and they couldn't get it done. But I mean, we can talk about Pittsburgh. They happen to just be floating around in that 11th spot because of their tie. Cleveland is technically ahead of them. Miami has an easier schedule at 5-7, so I don't see Pittsburgh playing a part in this. If Vegas loses to Washington and Miami and Cleveland, pick up some games here, they could be moving back up into the ranks. So, anything you guys want to add?
No, it's there's a lot of teams in contention. I don't see the Raiders doing anything. I don't see the Steelers doing anything. Denver needs to get this win against Kansas City, or they're going to be slipping down. Cleveland's slipping because of everything they're going through. Miami's going to be on the rise. Hopefully, the Colts will be on the rise. They should be up there, but they keep killing themselves. And what if the Bills don't make the playoffs?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant about with the Patriots. The Bills came into the season with Super Bowl aspirations. So secondarily, the AFC East was almost a foregone conclusion. Right? I mean, 4 weeks ago, we thought the Bills had the AFC East locked up and they were Super Bowl contender. And now they're struggling to keep it alive and hold it together, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I think if the Patriots beat them this week, it'll take the wind out of them. I think at that point they're going to be trying not to lose rather than trying to win like they were 4 weeks ago. And I think it may kill them, and it may just push them out of the playoffs eventually.
Yeah, the Bills losing on Monday night would be worst case scenario for them for sure. And I remember a couple weeks ago on one of our episodes when we were going into the Bills game, we were going into Week 12 and talking about the playoff picture. And I told you guys, if the Colts can go 1-1 between the Bills and the Bucks, I feel really good about their last 5. And, I know the Patriots and the Cardinals are back-to-back games in there. If the Colts go 3-2 in that spot, they end up 9-8. Is that good enough to make it in the playoffs in the AFC this year? Maybe. Don't feel great about it. So hopefully the Colts can win 4 of these last 5. It's going to be tough for them. Pretty confident they can go 3-2 and then hopefully slip in. I don't see, I can't see the Chargers, the Broncos, or the Raiders being playoff teams this year. I feel like, between the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Bills, and then the Colts, maybe the Browns, if they can figure out what they're doing, if they start playing Case Keenum, maybe they make it in. So I think there's only going to be a couple teams that are really fighting for it again. I just don't think the Chargers look like a playoff team. The Broncos don't look like a playoff team. The Raiders have fallen off the rails, and they don't look like a playoff team.
Yeah, I agree. The Colts, by the way, right now are sitting at a 48% chance to make the playoffs, which is terrible because the Titans are at a 98%. And the Titans aren't that much better than the Colts. I think I honestly think Colts are a better football team all in all if they can get their shit together. But I have to believe from what we've seen, everything we've seen so far this year, if things start to shake out like they should. I mean, it's been a crazy year so far, but towards the end of the season, things tend to right themselves. I definitely think the Colts get the 6th or 7th spot in this, and I hope that's the case.